All right, so I'm going to pick up where I left off. The faultiness of that pyramid is that it has a foundation of sugar. And so what we want is a more balanced diet, more live foods. So green leafy vegetables, fruit sparingly, because fruit also has sugar in it in the form of fructose. And excess fructose converts to sugar in the liver and store it as fat. And we don't want to have fat in our liver. So those fruit smoothies that you think are healthy and that you're having in the morning, use those in moderation because you're giving yourself an ample dose of sugar first thing in the morning. Fruit was meant to be a sparingly used treat, and we basically have turned it into one of the foundations of our diets with the amount of fruit that we eat. So green leafy vegetables, proteins in the form of meat sparingly, eggs, dairy, all that's fine. Oils, so all your different oils in the form of olive oil and grapeseed oil and coconut oil are great. Fish oil, and get your omegas. And at the top should be the grains, very sparingly. If you use them at all, would suggest would be rice, the brown rices, and the ancient grains like amaranth and millet. And there are so many different grains out there that you could try, but very sparingly. Your heart health has many approaches to it. So when we speak of how the heart interacts with the brain and the brain is communicating with the rest of the body, the food that you're eating is supporting your heart in the form of the nutrients that it has. So you don't want to overtax the heart with fat in the form of accumulated fat as a result of sugar. Eating fat does not make you fat. So I want to clear that up as well. So those of you who think you're doing great things by eating low-fat diets, you're actually adding sugar to your diet because the food industry has figured out that if you take fat out of the foods, like dairy, or name something that has, fat in it that makes it have that taste, you have to replace it with something. And the something that they usually replace it with is sugar or salt, more often than sugar, because you have to develop a mouthfeel that is satisfying because of its being low fat. So all the dairy that's low fat usually has sugar added to it as a way of making it appealing to the palate. And you don't want that. Eat whole milk, yogurt, full fat yogurts, and ice creams and dairy and all that kind of stuff. Eggs are fine. There's so much misinformation out there about your diet, and hopefully this will help. So green leafy vegetables, abundance of them. Other vegetables and fruits are fine, sparingly. You can have your protein in the form of meat if you're so inclined, fish and that kind of thing. Your grains, as opposed to being at the bottom of the pyramid, the broadest base should be at the top and used very sparingly because they are sugar producers and lead to a whole host of issues, including metabolic syndrome, which leads to diabetes and heart disease and all those things. That is how we manufacture heart disease, by our eating habits. But there are other things that affect our hearts even more significantly than our eating habits. And we'll go into that in future installments of this video series. If you have any questions or likes or dislikes, please let me know. If there's anything you would like fleshed out or where you can research and get more information, I can gladly give you that. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow with the next installment of the Whole Heart Living series. This is Dr. Jewa. Remember to like, subscribe, follow, hit that bell, all those different things so that you can follow me while I give more heart bombs, more heart truth bombs about your heart. Love you. See you soon.